Hi, it's Uncle Mike here. It was a little bit after 3 a.m. this morning and I just couldn't sleep. It's not that I have any real problems or any cares. It's just that my eyes popped open, a thought entered my head, and I thought I just decided to get up and deal with it. It has to do with America's biggest problem right now. Biggest crisis. Toilet paper. Yeah, toilet paper. In a few days, I'll be 68 years old. I grew up poor in America, but never once in all those years did toilet paper ever make the headlines, and never once was it the topic of conversation that practically everybody in America talked about every day for weeks on end. So why now is it so gosh darn important? The answer is two words, and a conglomerate. And all three have nothing to do whatsoever with cleanliness or hygiene. It has to do with fear, greed, the news media. Now, I'm not going to go and get all religious on you, although I could. Anybody that knows me know I could. But I will say this. None of those come from God, nor Jesus. Nope, neither one. I never lived in an America that was fearful that it was going to be able to wipe its butt with toilet paper in the future. I grew up in America. Americans were fearful of riots and hurricanes, tornadoes, and another pitch black rainy night in Vietnam. For a short while, we were fearful of not being able to buy meat, not because people were hoarding it, but because it just wasn't available. And it wasn't available because there was no fuel. And when you did find a gas station that was open, you got in line and you patiently waited that hour or so you could get up to the pump, and that man would sell you 5 gallons of fuel. Yeah, patiently. 5. Yeah, we had our fears, but never teepee was one of them. So now why in America is teepee such a big issue? Simply put, it's greed. Most people think greed's about money. Nope, not in America. It's about toilet paper. How did America come to this? Truth is, our education news media taught us we have rights. It's about me. It's about what I want. Give it to me and give it to me now. Truth is, it's why a couple of presidential candidates have gotten this far in the election process. We weren't like that before. We knew our neighbors, helped our neighbors, fed our sick neighbors. We didn't even need to be asked. It was who we were. As poor as we were, the cost never was really a thought. Come to think of it, neither was our safety. It wasn't about us. We would make it, and we knew that. Why? Because we lived in America. Now, me and the wife live remotely, about 50 miles from the nearest store, which makes us think about the future. Yes, we stock up, but never to the detriment of our neighbor. We stocked up over years in times of plenty. Should every store in Montana close, we would make it 6 months with 3 meals a day and meat in every single one of them. Although we'd run out of teepee pretty quick. But hey, it's just teepee. Did you know that teepee has no nourishing qualities or abilities whatsoever? We don't have a fear of running out of teepee. We read about the run on teepee and knew we had a supply bought months before, but bought because of normal need and use, not out of fear. Heck, the wife and I are hunters. We know very well you can live without teepee. So when I drove the 50 miles to town this week, just for kicks, I wandered down the bear and teepee aisle. Not that I would have bought any, we have some, and we're not pigs. But it kind of made me chuckle, and I thought of the words of Solomon. The eyes of man are never full, and then I added the Uncle Mike's version. But their bathrooms are full of toilet paper. I know most of you have short attention spans, because of that teepee shortage going on here. So here's the thing. News media, conglomerates, they are not your friend. They don't love you. They don't care for you. They don't want to help. Not in times like these. No, they want to make money by making you watch the sensational news and the importance that the stores are running out of teepee. Get out there and get yours before it's too late. It's your right. Go make us more headlines. Empty the shelves of everything, which I hear they're doing in California. Take it all. Quick. Buy those 5 to 10 cans of Lysol before somebody else grabs them. You know, if I remember right, my mom had a can of Lysol back when I was in elementary school. I think she had it all the way through high school. Heck, she may even still have it today, and she's 86 years old. But why are those news media so helpful? So they can make more money. What do you know? There we are, then, all the way back to greed. Americans, you need to just stop and think about the important things in your life, like kids, moms and dads, grandparents, families, friends. Yes, food will be on that list, and occasionally I would say even TP. But for some of you, that ain't going to be for a couple of years, is it? Yeah, that's right. One thing you'll never put on that list is the news media. You need to take them as a grain of salt. Heck, I turned them off decades ago. And don't fall into the it's about me, my wants, my desires, give it to me mentality. Because I'm going to tell you something. This is the truth. It ain't about you. Never has been and never will be. So quit acting like a 3-year-old and not letting people play with your precious TP. And Americans, you need to get out there, have some fun, enjoy yourself, live life. This is Uncle Mike. I'm signing off.